Well, the gang is back at it again. I feel like we just did a show just like this, because what the fuck? Yeah, we definitely got some Scream stuff to talk about. And to be perfectly honest, when we did our stream, what was it, like 2 weeks ago? We hadn't planned on doing another Scream focused stream, at least until like closer to when the movie was coming out. We thought we were done for now. And then anything that would happen from now until then, we would kind of talk about in other shows and stuff like that. But no. We got some news that's kind of too big to ignore. So, of course, we're all like, we got to hop on again. Because first off, how are you guys doing? How are you guys in the chat doing? I'll say hi to you guys in a second. But first off, how are the Misfits doing?
Sick, but I'm here. But, this is some wild news, and I couldn't say no to this one.
Yeah. Chad.
I'm good.
Doing all right. Which, by the way, we were talking about twinsies. We didn't coordinate that ahead of time, but that's always nice when that happens. Yeah. And Uncle Filthy's rocking some Iron Maiden.
Yeah, I was at Walmart the other day, and I saw the shirt with the spray paint job. What's your favorite scary movie? The alley artwork. Mm-hmm. They only had it in the 2XL. And, if I'd have known we were going to do this, I would have grabbed it just for the fuck of it. Put some ties on the back to make it look like it fits. So, I'm sticking out like a sore thumb. But other than that, doing pretty damn good.
You're all wearing black. I'm wearing white.
Yeah. So, let me say hi to some of you guys. Ashton, who are you people? What's up, Gory? I seen Shitty's here. What's up, Shitty? My boy Blue. Let's see, I'm trying not to miss it. Oh, which Shitty says, we're not getting a Shitty Star Wars Episode 9 twister. Somehow Roman has returned. But we're going to talk about all that. The power of Ghostface is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural. Oh, man. Department of Fears here? I don't know that fuckhead. Guys and gals will be up in a sec. That's right. Yeah, we were late because of me this time. Which, honestly, it's usually not the case. Obviously, because I'm the one who kind of sets everything up and gets all of the join links sent out. But to me, tonight I was the one that was running behind. So, I'll take that one. Let's see.
I'm used to being late for showtime anyway, so
don't
be so hard on yourself.
Antonis, what's going on? I watched a first-time horror movie called Phantasm 5 Ravager. Have you seen it before? I have not seen any of the Phantasm sequels. I've seen the original, and it's great, and I love it. And I have the whole 5-film set on Blu-ray back there. I just haven't sat down to watch 2 through 5, but I heard it's quite the ride, to say the least. So.
Oh, yeah.
I've only seen the first one, but I heard Ravager was the most maligned one of the
and you can get like the whole collection at Walmart for like dirt cheap. That's where I got mine.
Yeah,
$20 if that.
Yeah,
that's where I got my Saw collection. Only $20.
Yep. Speaking of Saw, a nice little segue into Ashton's comment. He says, "Off topic, but boo, Huffman. Come on, he's a cool dude."
Does that justify a timeout for Ashton?
No, he's fine. Now, if he did that over on the Jigsaw Files channel, then maybe.
Oh, right.
Seeing Holly's here. What's going on, Holly? Good to see you in here.
What's up, Holly?
Okay, so yeah, we do have a poll going, guys, because we got a couple killers from the past showing back up in Scream 7. How? I don't know. We got a couple different possibilities. We're going to talk about that. But the poll is, how will the killers of the past come back? We got flashbacks, AI, nightmares and hallucinations, or they're not dead and they're in a cult. So those are your poll options, but we're going to talk about those and then maybe some other ones as well. But yeah, so if you guys didn't hear, which this news completely surprised me. I don't think anybody saw this coming, and if you say you did, you're lying. Scott Foley, who played Roman Bridger in Scream 3, has joined the cast of Scream 7. How? No idea. But, so that one was already a shock to me, so we're going to get to the other news in a second, but just Scott Foley alone, how do you guys feel about the return of Roman Bridger? Because who the fuck saw that coming?
The real question is why, though? I mean, even if it's a character I like, you better make it make sense in some way, and I don't know. Like, I know I know Scream 3, especially in the last few years, has seen a bit of a it's not the worst one anymore. Some say Scream 6 is the worst, and I like Roman as a character. He was obviously he's one of the smartest killers, but he got shot in the head, and even to bring him back, I'd call that a slap in the face to Dewey's heroism, because that was the one and only time
yeah.
he was the hero.
Mm-hmm. He was. Chad, I know that you are a Scream 3 defender like myself. I know you're a Roman Bridger fan like myself. So
I have it on
how
right
are you
now,
feeling?
As much as I love Scream 3, and I love Scream 3, that's no secret. I like that one.
I do too.
It's tops for me. Like, fuck my boy fucking Cotton right here. He goes out like a king.
Man, I miss Cotton.
And just the whole movie taking place in Hollywood is so fucking entertaining. I love that aspect of it. Maybe ahead of its time with Milton.
Yeah.
Another one that's kind of, another sequel that I like that's maligned, but
this
another
one's
one
better.
well, yeah, but I can agree with that. But another one that was ahead of its time, and it adds a sleaziness to it, but it not in a bad way. It just makes the villain, like, the overall what happened to her and like the whole mythos. It just makes it that much, I guess, grander in my eyes. But yeah,
for sure.
But with Roman coming back, I mean, we've heard rumors about how.
Yeah, we're going to get into all that.
Yeah, we're going to get into all that, and that could be the only way I see it happening. So I'll just leave it at that until we get into it.
All right, Mr. Stu Still Dead down there. You know you're going to piss off a lot of people with that name alone.
Let him cry. Let him cry.
Okay, Roman Bridger, Scott Foley coming back. Where are you standing on that?
So, Scream 3, I'll just start by saying, is working its way toward the middle for me. Like, from being the bottom, just sort of by default.
Give it another year, I think it's going to be closer to the top for you. I really do.
Yeah, because it's growing pretty well, but a lot of that has to do with Roman as the killer, if we're going off of canonically what we know and understand to be true, that he was the sole killer involved.
Right.
That alone just sort of ups, I think, sort of where he sits in the killer totem pole for me. And, I was kind of excited, a little concerned about Scott Foley coming back. I think, again, as with Roman as my favorite killer, I'm kind of happy about it, but if it doesn't make sense, I don't want it to happen.
Yeah. As I said, I'm a Scream 3 defender. It is my favorite of the sequels. Growing up, Scream 2 was always my favorite of the sequels, but in adulthood, my favorite Scream sequel is Scream 3. Like, I absolutely love that movie. Roman Bridger is my favorite Ghostface killer, with Stu in a close second behind him. So, obviously, the fanboy in me is very happy to see not only Roman come back, but get some more attention and recognition, because he's treated as like the black sheep, and that all Scream 3 really is treated like the black sheep of the Scream franchise, until Radio Silence came in, and Radio Silence is very public about how they are fans of Scream 3, and that's why, especially in Scream 6, you have a lot of Easter eggs and winks to Scream 3 specifically. Like, you have, if you guys didn't notice, the Happy Birthday Roman banner is in the shrine. You have Jennifer Jolie written on the marquee outside the theater. And then, of course, you have Kirby's moment where she's like, Roman Bridger was the only single Ghostface. Kudos to him for ambition and that whole thing. So I always love seeing Roman get some love.
He didn't need her fucking...
I know, Chad. I know.
Swallows.
Kirby swallows.
He didn't need her fucking affirmation.
So that being said, yeah, I have no idea what the fuck is gonna happen in this movie. I don't know what they got up their sleeve. I don't know what they're doing. That part makes me nervous, but the fanboy in me, I'm not gonna lie, is really excited to see the return of Roman Bridger. And I'm gonna get to your guys' comments in a second. I see you guys chiming in. So yeah, your guys' thoughts in the chat about Roman Bridger. But the other one that dropped like a couple hours later. This is like the big one for most people. They finally did it. They finally confirmed that Matthew Lillard, who I think we can all agree, we all love Matthew Lillard, and we all love Stu as a character. Matthew Lillard is coming back to play Stu in Scream 7. And that broke the fucking internet. Everyone's freaking out, some on the positive side, some on the negative side. So I want to know right now, where do you guys stand on the official return of Stu Macher? It's no longer just some stupid little fan theory anymore. It's happening.
I mean, I love Stu and I love Matthew Lillard, and I love how he embraces the love that he has gotten over these years as that character. I mean, you've said yourself that he's your favorite Ghostface, but you have any idea how heavy those TVs are? I got one right behind me right there, and
don't even try. They're not going to listen.
This one's smaller, which also actually has the exact same design of my shirt on it. I got a Ghostface sticker on that, but
he's still alive. He just has brain damage. It's okay. That's why it's taken him this long to kill Sydney.
He got brain damage and thought that a Great Dane dog was talking to him. Well, he was why not connect them somehow? I mean, you got two characters
White Horse
from my notes you did last summer in those movies.
White Horse.
The White Horse.
He was talking to a white horse.
The brown Scoob.
Not the White Horse.
That could be a fun performance.
No, watch Williamson be like, fuck you all, and he's alive. Watch Williamson pull some shit like that.
So, Ashton says, Chad, don't. He's dead.
It's going to turn into fucking Silence of the Lambs, and Sid's going to go to him for help.
You know what? The second they announced Matthew Lillard is returning, I'm like, oh, the Stu train is going to be 10 times fucking worse for the next year until this is finally put to bed either one way or the other. It's going to get put to bed no matter what.
The one good thing Kirby was a part of was having that back and forth with Mindy in the last one, saying, oh, if you believe he's dead.
Okay, so I do want to clarify some things there. So that wasn't really a wink into maybe Stu Macher's really alive. It was a wink on the fan base, according to Radio Silence. Because one half of Radio Silence is for Stu is alive, the other half of Radio Silence is not. So that was their way of kind of having fun at that whole thing. Nonetheless, I do wish that line was taken out just because of all the shit it stirred. I was like, you guys are not helping. Like, I understand your intention.
After Daphne Keene said she wasn't coming back in Deadpool Wolverine. So, and I don't believe Chris Evans either. He says he's happily retired. Fuck you. He's coming back.
So, yeah, before we get into the comments, let's kind of talk about the how. So, as I said, in the poll, we got like 4 different options. Maybe there's more that I'm not thinking of off the top of my head, but in your eyes, what would be the ideal situation to bring these characters back? And what do you think they're actually going to do? Because those could be 2 different answers.
I think, given that we've already seen it happen before with Billy, my most likely guess would be like some kind of hallucination, like what they were doing there.
So that's what you think is going to happen.
That's what I think might happen.
Okay, what do you want to happen?
Well, personally, none of it. But
none of it. Just leave them out.
But yeah, I mean, if you want to have some kind of love letter to those characters, like they did with the Shrine and all that in Scream 6, and sure, be my guess.
I think that was enough. Though. I really do. Hey, Brooke. I really do think that was enough, though. That tribute. That was a nice tribute. A lot of Easter eggs. It was a nice, like, hey, look what all these guys did. Look at our history. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, and just ask Dan in Who Killed Who when we actually like visually cut back to all those little Easter eggs that are in there. It definitely feels like that for sure. So, Chad, that brings me to you. What do you think is going to happen versus what do you want to happen with this?
I think the big rumor that's going around right now is what's going to happen. But what I want to happen is I want them to announce that Emma is going to come back too.
Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about that too because I've heard some things.
I want there to be some shit like fucking Billy, like we talked about, but Roman and Jill in like the backseat of Sid's car just giving her shit, and then Stu's alive. but he has
Stu's, no, he's not.
severe.
I'm not doing this for another year, Chad. God damn it.
Well, I mean, hey, it could happen.
You know what? And then that is the thing. That is the bitch of it all. Is it could happen. We are closer than we've ever been to that actually becoming a reality.
Yeah. After everything that's happened with this movie so far, am I excited for it? No, to be truthfully honest. And I'm a Scream fan, and it's just been a lot of fuckery from the beginning. With the whole Melissa thing, and then Jenna, and then just everything else. Christopher Landon coming and going. The flirting with Patrick Dempsey, which was fucking... That's a whole nother fucking thing. Which is like...
Dude, I ranted on that enough on the last show.
Exactly. Like,
I'm still mad, by the way.
It's just...
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Yeah, right. It's like they're just kind of throwing everything now at the wall and seeing
what sticks.
Not a lot of it is, though. A lot of it's bouncing, if you ask me.
I mean, but yeah, I'm sad to say I'm not really all that excited for this one. But am I gonna watch it? Of course I am, because it's Scream. But
all right, Dan.
See what happens?
We move on to you.
Hashtag Stu's Live.
Yeah, so
fuck off.
So to confirm that Stu is dead, one thing I kind of want two things. I want a little bit of a flashback angle because I think it would be interesting. I think we deserve to see what happened to Maureen.
I could tell you what happened to Maureen in about a month or so.
I know, but it would be fun to actually see
visually see it. Yeah, I agree.
Like whether they have to Irishman it, where you de-age the actors just a little bit, put some makeup on them, whatever, make them look younger. You could still pull it off if you do like quick close-up shots, like some Jason Bourne shit, But I think they could do that. Their voices are still pretty similar, so I feel we're that far enough into the franchise to where, why not show us what set everything into motion? But the big thing I want, if they're going to play the visiting spirit angle, so to speak. And I've been saying this to you guys in the messages. Bring Stu back, and Sid's doing whatever in the mirror, and Stu pops up behind her. Hey, Sid, you look like you've seen a ghost.
Yeah.
And she says to him, "That's all you are, you fucking wet rag." That line,
wet rag, good one.
That line will totally put all of the Struthers, that's what I'm calling them now, in their place. Yeah.
Hashtag Struthers.
Yeah.
Copyright. All right.
That line.
Unless he tells her she's like the 13th ghost or whatever.
Oh,
the third. Wait. Actually, this would be the 13th Ghostface. I'm not gonna just counting the movies. We've had 12.
See how he did that?
So that actually kind of worked out.
I like that.
Oh shit, you're right.
Trust me, I've been working on this for a year. I've counted.
I trust you.
So yeah, there's a couple different things I could actually see them do. I could see them going the whole, let's finally see Roman Billy Stu. Let's see how Maureen Prescott died. See that in flashback. I think that is a good possibility. We'll probably see that. Do I want that? Not necessarily. I don't need that, but I'll take it if they give it to me. And besides, if that's an episode I have to go and redo, that's only like a 15-minute episode. That ain't gonna be nothing. I'm fine redoing that episode if I have to, just to include that reference footage. But
it'll just add some nice graphic content.
Sure, yeah. But as far as do I think they're gonna do that? Maybe. I think there's a solid chance of it. But what I think is actually gonna happen, and the route that I would prefer the most, just because it seems to make the most logical sense, is a lot of people are talking about the AI thing. We live in an age where AI is becoming bigger and more mainstream, and we're seeing it being utilized a lot more in so many different ways. So the idea is that this new Ghostface killer is using AI and deep fake videos as ways to bring the killers from Sydney's past kind of back, because the old ball and chain, where was talking about, like, imagine Sydney gets like a FaceTime call, because we're in the age of FaceTime. Imagine she gets a FaceTime call and it's the face of fucking Stu Macher. I was like, you know what? I don't know how well that would be executed, but I like it in concept. Like, that could be interesting. It could be different enough. It's with the times. It fits the Scream bill of making fun of what's current. So I do think that probably will play a big part of it. I just don't know if that's exactly how they're going to bring them back. But I really don't know what to expect with this movie at this point, to be honest with you. Like, once Scott Foley was announced, like, that blew all the fucking doors off. We don't have a trailer. We don't know what the story is, other than it's focusing on Sydney and her family. We're going to have a couple returning characters back. We know nothing else. So I have no idea the direction they're going.
Well, if they go that direction, that sounds like a Rise of Skywalker thing too, doesn't it?
It does. So speaking of, these guys have been chatting away. Blu-ray says, I have a feeling it'll be a flashback with Billy, Stu, and Roman planning Marine's death, and maybe there was a fourth killer that we don't know about yet. What do you guys think about that?
The first part, yes. The second part, I hate.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of another killer being there. I don't like that at all.
It's like the shit they did in Spider-Man 3. Like, Sandman did.
Oh, the whole Sandman killing Uncle Ben shit? Fuck that.
Even watching it right now, it makes sense. I mean, she's caught in the stall with all the shit. I mean, I don't know.
I hope they don't go that route, though.
No.
But, yeah.
And by the way, guys, in terms of like rumor, because there are a lot of rumors going around about Scream, it's been that way for a while. 95% of the stuff you see about Scream on the internet, it's complete bullshit. There's no traction to it whatsoever. I say 95% of it because some of it actually does eventually pick up some traction. Like, I heard that Skeet's definitely in it. They just haven't officially announced it yet. So I would expect a Skeet Ulrich announcement any day now. But honestly, are any of us surprised at that? Like, I feel like that was inevitable, especially with Roman and Stu coming back.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just like, well, yeah, Billy's going to be there. But I'm also hearing word on possibly Emma Roberts as well. That's another one that I'm kind of hearing picking up a little bit as Jill coming back. Would you guys want to see Jill come back? I mean, fuck it. At this point, I say why not bring them all back? If we're gonna do this,
yeah. Let's have Charlie's ghost hunt Kirby.
Thank you.
You notice me now? You notice me now? You notice me now?
This stupid bitch! It's too late. I'm dead.
Oh my god!
Yeah, no, see that line. That could be like a whole Patrick Swayze ghost subplot going on there with Charlie and Kirby.
Oh god, that'd be awful.
Shitty says I'd rather see Mickey again. That is the one that I'm crossing my fingers for next. Honestly, like I'm a huge Mickey fan. I love that guy, and just Timothy Olyphant as an actor anyway. I'll watch him in anything. I'm so down to see the return of Mickey. Like, we have my favorites already. We have Roman. We have Stu. Time to bring back Mickey's too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, a surprise twist. Did she come in? Did ya? As long as he says that.
No, who's doing that?
It'd be cool to do like when one of the calls where he calls her and is fucking with her. It just turns into like a montage of all the Ghostface killers just talking. You know,
that would be interesting.
Certain lines, but like that are kind of iconic or kind of what they've said before. You know. That'd be kind
Blu-ray
of cool.
says if it's just their voices, I'll be disappointed. So yeah, theoretically, I think we can all assume. I think we can just assume that Scream 7 will mirror Scream 3 in a lot of ways, very much like 5 mirrored the first one and 6 mirrored Part 2. I think there's going to be some parallels with Scream 3 here as well. And one of those things could be like Roman's voice changer in Scream 3. It could just be all their voices. AI
I think they kind of hinted at that. Like,
you
even
think
though...
You think that's what they're going to do, though? I don't think they'll announce them if they were just voice cameos, though. You know what I mean?
Well, no, but I think that's... They're going to mirror... Like you said, they're going to mirror 3, so I think that... I think the voice thing is probably more logical. Or else they'll have to do a lot of deep fakes, especially for, like, Stu and shit, you know?
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't look like he did.
I mean, a lot of them luckily aged gracefully, but you could definitely tell like they're older.
Right.
Like, they can't pass as teenagers anymore.
That's a lot of extra work, and I get it.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what a lot of us want to see. But I mean, let's think about this. Spyglass is kind of fucking dumb that we've come to find out. And so they don't always listen to their fans. So, and they kind of already, like, when Mindy's explaining it, you know, in 6, and she's saying, yeah, like, you know, Scream, you know, that was kind of like the first Scream, mirrored the first Scream. I mean, fuck, the ending took place in the same fucking house.
Literally, Stu's house.
2, they were away at college. You know, they were away at college for 2, so that's kind of what happened there.
Yep.
And now, I think they're gonna mirror 3, like you said, and I see the voice thing being a big thing.
You might be right, man.
A little deep fake action, like you said, on the FaceTime call here and there, but yeah.
Antonis is not on the Stu trail. I still think he's dead. I'm with you. I'm with you, man. Ashton, hashtag Stu is dead. Fight me. I'm not fighting you on that. Chad might, but I'm not. Now, Brooke brings up an interesting one because I just saw this earlier today. I saw a rumor of the actress in Scream 3 that played Maureen Prescott is coming back. I did see that name floating around, but nowhere like reputable. But again, at this point, anybody that gets announced, I'm not going to be surprised anymore because fucking Roman Bridger's back.
I think the only ones I'll be surprised for is if we see Melissa Barrera and fucking Jenna Ortega sign
Yeah,
up.
But that's not going to happen.
No, but
you know what? You know what? I think the last one I'd honestly be a little surprised at is Laurie Metcalf coming back as Nancy Loomis. I would be kind of surprised by that one, just a little bit. I would like it, but.
No, not if they, like I said, if they brought all the Ghostface voices back to fuck with her somehow. I can see that happening.
They could very well be trying to procure all the Ghostface alumni, at least through Scream 4, maybe. Just
Scream Endgame. Let's do it, man. Yeah. Fucking
Ghost
portals.
Face.
Then fucking Charlie Walker will come out of a fucking portal and be like,
take off the Ghostface mask. Did you miss me?
Yeah.
Yes, we have.
In an alternate universe, it was everyone who was supposed to be the killer originally that are the killers. That'd be interesting.
Holly says, I hope they don't do that. Holly says, I hope they don't do that de-aging stuff like they did with Billy. I didn't like how he looked. I didn't like how Billy looked in 5. He looked a little bit better in 6, but only because the way he was lit. Like, we didn't really see it as much as we did in 5, and I thought it looked a little bit better. But I think it's kind of safe to assume that some way we're gonna de-age them, whether it's a flashback or a deep fake video. Like, I have to imagine they'll be de-aged either way, at least a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's enough somehow.
What I think would be a funny angle with if they did decide to do the AI deep faking.
Yeah,
you get the faces of Skeet and Matt, but you use the voices of Luke Wilson and Vince Vaughn.
The stab versions, that would be great.
Because that would make more sense if we're looking at it like trying to be so super realistic with it, right?
Right.
It's like the people doing the deep fakes wouldn't have really a record of the real characters' voices, so they would have to use the stab versions.
Yeah,
that's just me spitballing there to.
Did you guys see Blue's comment here? Well, Gail's awful haircut from Scream 3? I hope not. I don't think Courtney Cox will ever let that happen again because she hates it just as much as we do.
I'm surprised there wasn't like a wig for her in that shrine. That would have been funny.
That would have been great. You just see the Scream 3 wig like in a display case. I would fucking.
And Gail just looking at it like, what the fuck was I doing?
Man, everyone's being haunted by shit in this room.
She was a fucking executive producer. There's no way she's letting that shit happen.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah, these
Antona says, this is all fan service BS in my opinion. Oh, it absolutely is. But as I always say, I'm a fan. Service me. The only thing I ask is that it makes sense. Service. Yeah, like the only thing I ask is like have it make sense or don't do it at all.
Just know your limits.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I'm all for fan service. Ashton says, let's bring back Tatum, Randy, Cotton, Dewey. Yeah, honestly, so Dewey, I did want to talk about Dewey. I think there's a good chance we could actually see Dewey in again, the same way we're bringing back these Ghostface killers. Imagine if Ghostface probably fucking with Gail and doing like a deep fake Dewey and just like really fucking with her. Like, That could be dark. Because remember a couple months ago, I don't know if you guys seen the reports, but like Courtney Cox was making a couple comments. It was when they were still like rewriting everything, and she's like, I would love if they found a way to get David back in there, because Dewey was the heart and soul of Scream. So if she was able to make that work, and I would not be surprised if Dewey showed up in some way, shape, or form.
I like that idea though, because it'd be like a big you thought
it'd be a punch to the gut to the fans too, no, yeah.
Well, it's kind of like in Scream 6 when the killer's taunting Gail. It's like, how do you feel knowing you weren't there to comfort him as he died?
Yeah.
And now here's a killer literally using his voice to torment her.
Yeah, see, I think if they did that, it would totally I guess a good way to really use as a reference point would be whenever Bill thinks he sees Georgie down in the sewer, and it'd be like that kind of thing. How could you let me go there, Sid? How could you let me go in there not prepared,
Sid?
But yeah, I agree, Ashton. Bring back Cotton too. I'm always down for more Cotton.
I'm not sure
Tatum
I
would be cool.
I'm not sure I want to see Dewey and Tatum together anymore.
So that clip from Ready to Rumble, foreign objects.
Yeah, that was always...
I never even heard of that movie. I just saw him like...
That's great, man. It's an underrated little comedy. It's great.
No, I just came across it. I'm like, what the fuck?
it was a financial and critical disaster.
Yeah.
Well,
unless
funny.
You were like a wrestling fan.
Oh, it is fun, yeah.
You didn't really... Oh, yeah, I have a good time with it. It's stupid. It's an easy watch. I have a chuckle. But unless you were like a hardcore wrestling fan back in the day, you might not know about it. But Joe Pantoliano is the evil wrestling promoter. He's fucking great.
That's actually what's got my interest completely peaked now.
What?
Dude, I fucking love that guy.
So Ashton's talking about Stu here. Maybe he'll be alive and be the opening kill, so all of us can shut up about it.
No, that's not gonna happen.
Ain't no way Matthew Lillard's coming back to be the opening kill.
That's the only way I will accept the whole Stu
him still being alive. You know what? I might agree with you.
So the way I'll visualize it, think like Halloween Kills, right? You go back to the ending of the original film. Stu crawling out from under the TV and he runs out to strangle Gail or Sydney, And Sheriff Burke's like, oh, no, you don't, you little bastard. And just fucking pops him 12 times.
It's going to turn into Lord of the Rings, Dewey the White instead of Gandalf the White.
I can get behind that.
I think Gail should be the opening kill.
Honestly, I like Gail, but without Dewey, it's time for her to go. Yeah,
give her a send off.
It's time for her to go.
She really had no place in the last movie.
Really, no.
It almost felt kind of shoot in. It's like, come on.
Well,
really?
Even the way they just keep resetting her arc at that point.
That's what pisses me off more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because she'll have a great little character arc in each movie, and then by the next movie she goes back to her factory default settings.
I think
what
3 to 4 was her best.
That
one made sense.
That one made sense. She just had a little bit of a writer's block. She's stuck in this town that she's not really digging. She had more going on with her.
Yeah, she's had absolutely nothing to do since then. Since being stabbed by fucking who was it, Jill or Charlie?
Well, that's still up in the air, isn't it?
We'll find out.
We're going to find out.
We're going to find out.
Although, I still think it was Charlie. Forget the whole throwaway thing, because...
that's one thing I'm very excited about for Who Killed Who is, there's going to be a lot of kills where I think we're all going to have, different answers, so I'm very excited to see where we're all going to fall. But
I'm just going to dip my toe in it just a little further here. There was that webcam. Who was operating that thing? Because it was moving. But
and one thing I will say too is I didn't tip the scales too creatively in Who Killed Who, guys. So just know there's a lot I agree with, but I didn't.
He watched, he enjoyed, but I don't think he remembered the answers. Is what he's saying.
Oh no, there's some answers I remember and I approve of.
Tatum's in particular, because we were just watching that episode.
Just picture this:
about
we get the opening, right? We get the whatever studios are affiliated. We find out it's Gail. Focuses on Gail. She's the opening kill.
That's what Jamie's saying too. I think Gail should be the opening kill.
Ghostface calls her, and it's fucking Dewey.
Oh, right at the start, right out of
Yeah,
the gate.
right at the fucking
Damn,
start.
the bold.
And like I
Very
said,
bold.
just
Bold move.
give her a strong one. She fights back. She holds her own because it's Gale.
Yeah, and she
But
does. Yeah.
they make it epic, and maybe another make it fun. Maybe another Ghostface arises behind a couch over there or something, and they both just fucking go to town on her.
Now do you know where I
Yeah.
am?
As they both come down, they get the Cotton Weary Scream 3 intro. Cuts
Oh,
to
hell
that.
yeah.
I think that's the only way you could successfully kill Gale in a Scream film is you would have to have both Ghostfaces on site.
Yeah.
By this point, we expect there to be more than one freaking Ghostface anyway.
Do we though? Again, if we're mirroring Scream 3, could we potentially go back to having a solo killer for this one?
That could raise some more questions for Scream 3 if they do announce out of the gate there's
Maybe.
2 killers.
2 max. I'll just say
Yeah.
2 max.
Yeah. I
would leave
liked
it at 2.
that 6 was different and had 3 killers, especially in a big city like New York. You're gonna need that extra person.
Yeah, that made
But
sense.
again, if we're going back in scale a little bit, then yeah, there's no reason to have three killers in the next one.
Nah.
Again, unless they're doing like the whole Ghostface cult thing, which is a possibility too, I guess. I hope they don't go that route. They could go that route and they could find a way to make it work, I guess, but I would prefer that they didn't.
Yeah, just seeing how 3 killers worked in 6, it got a little too messy.
A little.
So many people survived that one, and one
Simply
of
as
those killers
a
didn't
viewer.
kill a damn person. Quinn didn't kill anybody. As far as I'm concerned, she didn't kill a damn soul. As far as I
Interesting.
know.
Interesting. Ashton says, I don't think they'll kill Gale or Sydney. Well, Sydney's never going to be killed off, I don't think. I think Nev's like literally has that in her contract.
No,
Like,
Quinn
you can't-
killed the boyfriend.
Oh yeah.
Quinn killed. Yeah, I don't know if that's
Does
an
he matter?
accomplishment.
Does he matter
I
though?
don't-
He doesn't
I-
matter.
His name is
I don't-
Brooks, damn it. I know
Yeah,
that
I
we
don't
never
know.
find out in the movie.
I don't know
but-
if that's an accomplishment, but I mean,
But
she does at least
she
kill
killed
him.
nobody important. She killed nobody.
That's true.
That's all I'm
The
saying.
2 kills that we know she definitely would have had to her name were totally torn out from under her too.
Yeah.
I mean that.
Okay, so again, Scream 6, here's what we do know. In the ending monologue, we do know that she's the one who attacked Gale in her apartment because she says that.
Yeah.
And we know that she's the one who attacked Mindy on the train because she says that. Everything else, though, we'll have to wait and see.
Pretty sure
Uh,
Ethan killed the girlfriend on the ladder.
Okay.
Pretty sure that was Ethan.
Positive.
All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gale and Sydney being killed off. How do you guys feel? Like I said, I don't think Sydney's ever gonna die because I think that's literally in Nev's contract.
No.
Like,
Yeah,
as
no,
far
I
as
don't-
Gale,
No.
I think she should go. But again, I like Gale. She kicks a lot of ass. But there's like, what else is there for her to do at this point? You know what I
Well,
mean?
even moving forward, there's really not a lot you can do with her.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
Unfortunately, they ruined that character. And she was such a great character, too. I mean, she's an OG, but she's just, I don't know.
I mean, I do like the idea of her being the opening kill too, because I mean, again, mirroring Scream 3, like you said, kill off someone who's already been established in this franchise.
Yeah.
And if they wanted to go ballsy and kill Gale, because
Well, don't forget we have Chad and Mindy, and there are a lot of people speculating that either Chad or Mindy or both are going to be the opening kill.
well,
I can see them maybe dying in this, but I don't think they'll be the opening kill.
I could see Mindy maybe dying for real.
I think Mindy needs to go. Like, and that's not even due to like me not really being a fan of the character because I'm not a big fan of Mindy.
No.
But I just think again, like, what is there for her to do right now? I mean, Chad, I feel like again he is the new Dewey at this point. If you didn't kill him off in 6, I don't think Chad's going away anytime soon.
No,
really
I think that's going to be his shtick. He's gonna
Yeah,
he's gonna come
and
back
I'm
with that
fine with
very
that because I like Chad, but god damn, it's frustrating for sure.
And
I
Mindy
think
was
we talked about it last week.
obnoxious.
well, Mindy had potential, but they just kind of like I don't know.
I don't think they know what to do with her. Honestly,
Exactly. I don't. Yeah. Exactly. The writing there just isn't there. But she had potential as a character. She just.
Yeah. And that's
The
something
writing
against
did
Jasmine. I
herself.
think Jasmine is great, and she seems really
Right.
sweet, and like you can clearly tell she's having fun in
She's
this
had her,
role.
she's had her
so-
moments.
Yeah.
But I just
it's-
like you said, the writing. I don't think they know what to do with her, and just they're doing that character a disservice.
They definitely leaned a little too heavy into the Randyisms with her.
Yeah.
And it's like they didn't
Yeah.
give her any real character outside of basically being
nothing her own.
her uncle's niece.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Holly,
you know,
this
we
is
talked about it.
definitely agree with Holly here. I want the lemon squares to make a comeback.
Well, if the lemon
She's
squares
dead.
come back,
Judy Hicks is dead.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Who is dead at this point? Honestly, like we can bring Judy Hicks back.
I mean, if Stu is alive, then I mean, all
He's
shit.
not, but yeah,
I
sure.
mean, you never know.
Theoretically,
I mentioned that recipes also get passed down. You know,
that's true. But
And-
who did she pass it down to? Because her son's dead too.
oh, you know, Gail secretly loved those fucking lemon squares.
Do you think? Oh, so you think Gail was like fucking around with her the whole time? Like, lemon squares taste like ass, but they're really good.
Open from black. You hear the ding ding.
Fade in. Interior. Gail's apartment.
And you see Gail.
Or
opening
yeah,
the
she's
oven,
baking her
pulls
own, and
out-
she's like, "See, that's not that fucking hard to make."
and just at that moment is when the phone rings. Two Ghostface killers get her because again, that's the only way they can get her.
All right.
And if the lemon squares
Thank you.
come back, that means Trevor's balls can come back, right?
You know what? That guy, he was a cheating little fuck, but he honestly, you guys will see in Who Killed Who once you see all the extra scenes with Trevor. A lot of his character was cut out. Like a lot of good qualities about his character were cut out because when you add those scenes back in, he is a bit more likable, and you just realize he's just a dumb teenager, really. Like he fucked up, but he's not a bad dude.
He was still kind of annoying, though.
A little bit. Tom says AI is going to be the theme for this movie, like fan toxicity was in 5 and remakes of. I do agree. I do think AI will be like the central theme of the movie. I got a feeling about that. But we'll see.
Perhaps.
Do you guys think 7 will be the first Scream movie to finally end on a cliffhanger, or will it be like the previous 6 movies and have beginning, middle, and end? This is an interesting question because I remember talking about wanting this for 6. Do you remember when we did like our predictions video for Scream 6 before that came out? And I was like, how cool would it be if we have the traditional like 2 killer reveal? We have the whole final act. We think we've victorious, and we save the day. It's over, and then you get like one little cliffhanger of a killer that still has to be revealed. It didn't happen in 6, so could it happen in 7?
If they do that, they better have a fucking plan for 8. Like,
Yeah,
right.
because they clearly don't right now.
Yeah.
No.
I personally think they keep with the formula, but
A very simple formula.
yeah. But who knows anymore?
Yeah.
Who knows?
What's going on, man?
If they did do the cliffhanger thing, I feel like they would seriously be scrambling with 8. Like, okay,
They
so
would.
how do we go from here?
Yeah, at this point it would be too messy. Killer turns out to be Mindy. She snaps and goes on a spree after finding out the last blockbuster got shut down. Damn.
Wow.
Have you guys watched that documentary on the last blockbuster at all?
No.
really
No,
good.
I think it's in my queue, but I haven't started yet.
What's
pretty
it
good.
on?
I don't know.
Nah. Well,
Is
I'll
that
look.
an air freshener
look.
that
I
smells
thought
like
it was
Blockbuster?
Netflix. I could be
Maybe,
wrong.
you know what? I think you're right. I think, ironically enough, I think it was Netflix.
Yeah, I think I could be wrong, but I think it's on Netflix.
I'm pretty sure you're right, actually.
That's salt in the wound right there.
Yeah, no
I
shit.
was thinking the same thing.
They have
Is that
two
an air
really good
freshener, Danner?
series on there.
What?
The
Is that an
movies
air
that made
freshener?
us and the toys that made us. The what?
Yeah.
What,
Oh.
this?
Oh, no,
It's a
sorry, it
water
looked like an
bottle.
air freshener for a second. Like, air freshener that smells like Blockbuster. That's fucking dope.
Fuck. Why aren't we funding that? No, it's just
Smell
a
like
water
carpet and popcorn in there? Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And then Chad was talking about the movies that made us. Yeah, I did watch that. I didn't watch the toys
Yeah.
that made us, but
They're
those
both
are really
great
cool
shows.
on there too.
If anyone wants nostalgia, they're both great shows.
Well, speaking of 90s nostalgia, I gotta get your guys' thoughts on this. The Faculty remake that was announced.
Fuck.
Honestly, I don't care.
I hate it.
don't
I hate
care.
it. It's unnecessary.
I love the original Faculty, but I don't want to touch it. You know?
No, no.
yeah, it's
that-
unnecessary.
That's a 90s time capsule, that movie.
Oh, for sure. Especially with that cast, too. Like, you're not going to be able to get that lighting in a bottle.
and the
that,
bad
that
feature
cast
CGI.
in wardrobe.
Yeah.
That
The soundtrack.
I was gonna say soundtrack. Those were the
Soundtrack.
days of the soundtracks, man. We got to do
Absolutely.
that should be an episode. Like
We should do a podcast
best-
episode on like
10
movie
best
soundtracks.
soundtrack, yeah.
Yeah.
so many. Or like soundtrack exclusives, because there's a couple like Seven Dust songs that are only on a fucking couple of soundtracks. Leech from Freddy vs. Jason, and then I think Corrected from the Scorpion King soundtrack. Which that movie is cheesy fun, but the soundtrack is a fucking banger. Holy shit, that soundtrack was a banger.
Yeah, you want another holy shit? Look at the fucking comment I brought up.
Never said fuck. God damn it, filthy.
I don't think so. Homie, don't play that.
What the fuck, man? You gotta get on that.
I don't know, man. Fucking. I'll throw this at the TV.
You're gonna love it.
Tonight.
Yeah. Ashton could care less for that remake. None of us. Yeah, I don't think anybody was asking for a Faculty remake. I think there was some people who kind of like wanted a sequel, but even that, I'm just like, no, just leave it alone. Like
It's it was released the same year as H2O, so you get the same era Josh Hartnett.
Yeah.
So when
It's the same haircut. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
the
it
same
is.
haircut and everything. Yeah.
Throw it at the TV.
In fact,
Basically,
didn't actually
almost
on
the same
like the special features, didn't Josh Hartnett talk about that? He was like, yeah, I was back and forth doing this in the Faculty, and I just didn't want to keep changing my hair for each one. So
God, I love
I'm
that.
pretty sure like that was part of it too.
I think they were both from Dimension too, huh?
They were. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Walk across the lot then.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with like remakes in general, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna see all of them that come out either. Because some of them I just don't care about. like this one, for instance. Like, will I check out a Faculty remake? Sure, I'll give it a watch on like a rainy day or something like that. I don't have any excitement or expectation. Affleck the bomb and Phantoms, yo.
Yes. Thank you. But
Look at those 90 covers.
Man,
yeah.
yeah. I
Look at
missed
that.
it. There's Cotton Weary over there too.
Cotton.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
And Tatum right there.
Yep. Yep. Man, the 90s ensemble teen movies.
To
And
see
not
these
just
movies with like Scream and like H2O and all that in fucking Hollywood Video or,
yeah.
Blockbuster. I mean, fuck, those were the days.
That was a special moment right there in time.
God.
yeah.
And it wasn't just like the horror stuff. Like all the comedies had good ensemble casts too. Like Can't Hardly Wait, American Pie. Like She's All That. Yeah, even the ones in the early 2000s. Wrote fucking Tom Cruise. Are you here for the feeding? You're early.
25 years ago. That makes me sad.
Yeah.
For what?
no.
The Faculty?
No,
Oh.
just for like early 2000s.
Oh
That
yeah.
time.
yeah.
Yeah, like
I
Final
know, it's
Destination
crazy,
is
right?
25 now.
It is. And speaking of, Warner Brothers dropped a little teaser. It shows nothing. It shows like a ceiling fan. But I think we're gonna get a Final Destination trailer this week. I think that was their little
I'll
teaser
catch it when it comes to
announcement.
streaming.
Which Final Destination Bloodlines, that is coming out I think on May 16th. So it's coming out somewhat soon. How do you guys feel about another one of those? Are you guys excited for that? It's going to be the last time we're going to see Tony Todd. And I hear he's supposed to have a pretty significant role in this one, which will be a good little swan song for him, hopefully.
It just sounds awful. Bloodlines?
Yeah, that's a
I mean,
Haven't we
title in
learned?
horror never really works.
Fucking Pinhead.
But I
hello?
think it's a play on. I think it's a play on his character Bloodworth, because remember Tony Todd's character's name is Bloodworth, so maybe it has something to do with like his lineage or background or something. I don't know, but
I think I might be more excited for that than Scream 7.
I wouldn't go that far, but I am excited to see a new Final Destination because it's Final Destination. Like I don't ask for much out of those movies. I just like, yeah, give me another one. They're fun. Like,
when you hear something like that, like Final Destination Bloodlines, you just expect it to be like
awful. I know.
just that, but like you expect, like, okay, are we bringing back past stars? Like, what's going on here? What does
That
that
does
mean?
seem to be the trend.
But
we
if it's just
definitely got
called
Tony Todd.
Bloodlines and there's
Yeah.
nothing that warrants that, like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
And how long has it been since we got a Final Destination movie? It's like
2012, I want to say. No, it was
2011?
later. It was like 2015. Hang on. When
No.
was the last one?
No.
Actually, let me look that up.
Was it
because
2012 or 2011?
Final
Maybe
Destination-
maybe
11.
2013 at the latest, but I don't think it was newer than that.
I don't think it was that late. Okay, so Final Destination 5 was 2011. So that was the last time.
Oh
we got it.
wow!
Thank you.
Okay.
What's going on, Christian Planet CHH? It's better than
Yo.
Final Destination Resurrection. Damn! Shots fired!
Who the fuck
Chad's
would
a
they
big-
resurrect?
Chad's a big Resurrection fan, man.
I never said I was a fan of the title. I mean, I agree the title's stupid, but I mean, I like the movie.
Annihilation. That's
Annihilation.
another recipe for shit. In the
Yeah,
franchise.
man. Fucking Mortal Kombat. Get the fuck out of here.
Dude.
Just put a number behind it. You don't need to put all these like little fucking,
Well,
you know.
see,
Yeah.
you almost can't though because the
Scream's been doing it.
Yeah, but it was the Final Destination, and then the next one was Final Destination
Yeah.
5. So just
And-
go back to putting the numbers on.
no,
man.
but see, because we all know this.
Oh, the ending of
secret
5? Kind of the.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
So
But
at this point, you can't really put numbers on the Final Destination.
all right,
anymore.
I see your point.
You just dig in a hole.
But
I think doing another movie's digging a hole.
You
To be
think-
fair, I mean, come on.
I
Can
can't
we-
argue with that.
I mean, when they fucking announced it, I was like, all right, not interested. If it comes to streaming, I'll watch it, but I'm fucking not interested. I don't give a fuck. You're gonna name it Bloodlines, and I looked at the characters, and they're like not related to any. At least not even characters are related. Like,
I think it's gonna
if
be
that
like
was a
focused
thing, like,
around like first responders or something. I think is what I heard. Like the
Could've came up with a better name.
like the main characters are gonna be like first responders to something. I don't know what the disaster is or anything like that, but
Bloodworth works closely with the first responders, so you know it makes sense.
that's yeah,
True.
yeah.
uh,
I don't know. We'll see. Like I'm excited to check it out just because I know what it is. Like it's Final Destination. I'm not expecting too much out of it. Just give me a good time and I'll be all right. But
I'm willing to bet.
I wouldn't
that-
say like super excited. I wouldn't go that far.
I'm willing to bet Hellraiser Bloodlines is a better movie than fucking Final Destination Bloodlines.
How dare you?
When it's all said and done.
How dare you?
Which one was Bloodlines again?
The one in space.
The 3-in-1.
The one with Adam Scott.
Yeah, with Adam Scott.
Wait a
Yeah.
sec. That
Three
little
movies
mouth
in
breather
one.
from The Shining was in that one too. And I'm not talking about the original. I'm talking about
Oh yeah, the one from
Shining
the
minis-
the TV
little mouth breather who looks like this.
miniseries. Yeah.
That
So
kid.
what I'll give you on that is Hellraiser Bloodlines has at least had 30 years almost now to sort of grow on people.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's a little bit of a bias for the argument there.
And look, out of all the Hellraiser sequels, that's far from the
The
worst.
Nightmare remake has had 15 years to grow on me, and it hasn't.
That's true. It grows like a tumor.
Yeah.
Did you see the Megan 2.0? No, I didn't watch the teaser. I don't
I
care
haven't,
about watching
no.
it. Like I watched the
I'll
movie
wait.
just because I watched the first one just out of
Yeah.
curiosity. But I don't care about a Megan sequel.
Yeah.
I really have no interest in that movie.
Yeah.
I was so excited to see the first one, and the way it ended just kind of lost me.
Like the movie was fine, but I see like no rewatch value in that at all. Like I feel like one and done for me. Like I don't think I need to go back and watch it again.
I've never seen that one.
I think you're fine. You're not missing out on too
it
much.
shits the
Yeah.
bed in the
I don't
last
think
one.
I am.
Yeah.
But then
So-
again, I have seen the Child's Play remake.
Scream 7, what a fucking mess this is. Right? Like what the fuck is going on is the big question. we don't know what the story is. We don't have like a trailer to go on at all. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with Scream 7.
Are they filming it right now?
They are filming it right now.
Okay.
They're filming in Carolina, I think.
I smell a Halloween 5 situation.
You think so?
Just a little bit.
Maybe your
Oh,
daughter
not
becomes a
Halloween.
psychopath?
Especially if we're possibly entertaining the idea of a cliffhanger.
Maybe.
I hope they don't.
Bring
Only to
on
be-
the
I hope
Halloween-
they don't just because they don't have a plan. When we know they
Yeah,
don't have a
I mean,
plan.
as fucked up as this one has already gone, please don't.
I mean, yeah, if you actually do go that way, and speaking on the whole lack of plan, it's like we'll probably if it ended on a cliffhanger, we'd have to wait another 6 years between Halloween 5 and 6, only to be disappointed.
Yeah.
Unless you're someone here who likes Halloween 6, I don't.
I do, but I also recognize that it's not a good movie. I just like it.
I like parts of 6. I like the creepy atmosphere.
I love the atmosphere is the best atmosphere in the whole franchise.
The music.
If you ask me. Yep, the whole soundtrack.
That's
the
Wilbur,
score.
right?
Yeah,
I ignore the flaws of Halloween.
I do too. I do too.
Yeah, I mean they're easy.
I try to ignore the plot if I can follow the damn thing.
Yeah, to me that one is
specifically in the theatrical version.
That one is flavored like roses.
Clayton says, if you want a Final Destination survivor, just cast Buster Rhymes.
To replace Tony Todd as Bloodworth.
He could be Bloodworth.
Could be his brother. Yeah.
Is Bloodworth from another mother?
Fucking hell. Ashton says someone used the Infinity Stones to bring all the dead ghost faces back to life. Yeah, probably Chad. Mr. Stu is alive. Oh.
Yeah, it's like you can bring Stu back, but you also have to bring the other ones
there
back.
You go.
There was like
I think we know who snapped.
There was a caveat there, and it's like, you know what?
Oh shit, that's cool as hell. Hell yeah.
Okay. Enough of that.
Put the toys away. We're trying to do.
I couldn't help it. You brought it up, and it was right there at my feet, covered in dust.
It was a snap away.
So what's up, guys? We'll hang out for a little bit, talk about whatever else you want to. Again, unless we had anything else to add on this whole Scream 7 situation, but I think I'm good.
Yeah, I got nothing.
I mean, I'm just sticking with what I've said before. I mean, if they bring them back, it better be hallucinations, but do it right this time, because I still think they missed an opportunity in part 6 with Billy. Like, looking at that glass with his robe, like, he should have.
Oh, with that would have been so cool, like visually.
Hell, if you can get an action shot of me suggesting that to Skeet Ulrich himself, yeah. That actually happened. There is a picture of that. I'm telling him about this in that picture where I'm just kind of looking at him like a weird fanboy.
Oh yeah.
I'm just like, oh, you know what they should have done?
I think any Ghostface killers from the first one to the fourth one are up for grabs. I think the rest of them.
Yeah, I don't think like we're gonna see like Richie and Wayne and like I don't think we're gonna see the Sam focused killers. We're definitely gonna see the ones that were Sydney focused.
Yeah, we're gonna. I think we're gonna see some more announcements. Like they're gonna confirm Skeet, of course.
I do think we'll see Jill too.
Well, yeah, Jill.
I hope Mickey,
not Charlie.
I hope Mickey.
Well, yeah, but I hope Mickey and maybe even Mrs. Loomis. I
hope so.
I think they'll maybe use all of them to fuck with Sydney because
I'd love to see Aunt Jackie back. Let's do it, man.
Well, I mean, and here's the other thing, because this is actually playing on one of your theories. Sydney is not a stranger to hallucinations, because when we watched Scream 3 that one time a couple years back.
Sid, come here, dude.
Yeah.
That's nightmare fuel right there.
But not just that.
Still fucks me up.
You suggested that the entire attack in the Woodsboro set was all in her head. You suggested that.
I said it was a possibility.
You suggested the possibility, and if you were right, but still, like, I don't know, if she does have these weird traumatic flashbacks or hallucinations, I like Neve Campbell can obviously deliver that performance too, because that moment where she's hysterical after that particular scene, that's probably her best moment right there in this franchise.
Yeah, when she's like the killer was in there, I swear, and then Dewey's like, yeah, I believe you. Like that's a great moment.
The vulnerability really shine through.
And Wallace says no one's up here.
There's nobody up here. Yeah. And Wallace. She's talking crazy again. There ain't nobody up here.
It always gets me that's Raphael.
I know.
Yeah, right.
It always gets me.
Oh.
It makes sense.
No, I know, but it's just like I don't know.
Nightmare on Elm Street 4K Steelbook box set was finally announced to be coming out in December. Okay, so that's not the official Warner Brothers release. That's coming from an imprint, I think, overseas. And I think the Elm Street set's supposed to come out in like September, from what I heard, from Warner Brothers. But I think that's a whole separate set. But yeah, no, I'm not paying $260 for it. Fuck that.
That does remind me of
That
something
costs,
that I.
that's the price of an autograph with Robert Englund. So
God, yeah.
That reminds me of something I was supposed to say about a month ago. Like, for the last 4 years, I've been saying, hey, guys, a Nightmare box set will emerge by 2024, by the end of it. It didn't happen.
No.
So I will admit I was wrong.
They're okay.
I was smoking the hopium on that.
nothing wrong with that.
Fair enough.
I think we were all hoping for it at the end of last year, but no,
But
it's just
I
a
was-
little later than usual.
I was convinced and guaranteeing that it would happen.
See, that's where you messed up.
But I don't blame him because it was the 30-year anniversary of the first movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
they should've pulled the
that's the
trigger on
dangerous
that.
thing. Don't let
It-
your speculation become your expectation. That's
It's
a
what they
very
did with the
slippery
Friday
slope.
box set, so I thought, hey, you know, it's safe to assume this shit.
I know.
Yeah,
They should have. And if they would have, they probably would have fucking made a lot of money. But
but
yeah.
apparently we're supposed to be getting at least a few uncut versions of some of these. I don't know if we're getting uncuts for all the Nightmare on Elm Street films, but I know for a couple of them they're working on like an uncut version for. You're hoping for Part 5. I know a lot of people are hoping for Part 5, and honestly, I'm kind of hoping for a Part 5 uncut, and I don't like Part 5 at all. But if I saw an
I think an
uncut
uncut
version of it,
it would probably help bring a lot more people.
yeah, same way, maybe it'll
yeah.
help. But
Yeah, show Greta eating her own innards.
That's why
Yeah.
I want to see it. It's like maybe it can elevate it because that's the one I really, really want to like a lot.
that's the one that would benefit it from it the most. You know what I mean?
I like that one, but it was the most probably rushed.
Very.
There's no probability about
Yeah,
that.
very.
Yeah, I was gonna say that one suffers from just being rushed, but
Like, didn't they shoot it like right after Dream Master was released? Like something like that? Maybe
that
even
almost-
before.
I think they
almost
started
sounds
filming
right.
before 4 was even released in
Oh,
theaters.
shit.
Did they?
I think.
Damn.
I thought it was a quick turnaround. Like I remember watching the.
I remember it being a very quick turnaround, but I don't remember the
Yeah,
exact
it
like
was-
timeline.
like a couple months. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was a very quick turnaround.
Because I know it was basically water cooler talk that inspired the plot. You know, Rachel's telling everyone, "Hey, I'm pregnant.
But-
Hey, here's an idea."
Yeah.
Let's make that a fucking movie.
Not a very good one
Yeah, no.
at all.
I mean, I
Uh,
can have fun with it, but it's not my worst one. But
Jamie says tickets for Scarefest went on sale yesterday. I sat there, and as soon as they went live, I tried to get VIP tickets. They sold out before I even had a chance to fill out my info. Damn, that sucks.
But you're still going.
Well, she said she's still going. She's got like a weekend pass, but still,
Yeah.
she wanted the VIP experience.
that's funny you say that. We're almost to that fucking where he's chasing her at the set.
Oh, are you
Yeah.
watching Scream 3?
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
No, I said at the beginning I have it on in the background, but
That's
yeah,
right, I
it's to
forgot.
that part.
Oh.
It's to that part right now. So
Okay.
Right.
fuck, I love this movie. God damn
Hell
it.
yeah.
The Creed fucking. I love how this. Okay.
It's funny. I did watch Scream
Okay.
3 earlier before we hopped on. Like it was when I was eating dinner and stuff. I was just like, yeah, I'll pop on Scream 3 because the Roman Bridger thing,
Yeah.
and I'm
I
yeah.
watched it the other day too. I love this movie, but I will give it shit for this. This is a recreation of her room from 1996, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why do they have a fucking Creed poster?
You know what? That bugs me
Fucking-
every time too.
fucking-
Like
Fucking promoting their 1999 /
Yes.
2000 album. Fucking
yeah, because that one sticks
Human
out like a
Clay.
sore thumb.
Like, come on, guys.
Because
we
they're not
know
even
they-
subtle about it.
Yeah, we know they fucking put songs on the
Yeah.
soundtrack, but good lord.
That is a product placement right there.
Oh yeah, that's
No shit.
product placement to the max. But great album. I have no problem with that. But like, still, like, come on, guys.
I never picked up on that. That is,
How did you
Good
never
point
pick
out
up on that?
but you guys got to remember, Creed just doesn't push my buttons and turn my knobs. You know.
Hey, When I met
Dude.
Matthew Lillard, he had Creed playing over a little Bluetooth speaker.
Did he?
At his
No
table.
fucking
Oh, yeah.
way.
Dude,
Hell yeah.
I can listen from anything from like Creed, Willie Nelson, you know, shit like that, to Creed, to fucking
Interesting
Black
combo.
Dahlia Murder, you know.
Hell yeah.
So
Black-
I listen to literally everything.
Can I just tell you a
Hip-hop,
quick story
like,
about
huh.
Black Dahlia Murder? I swear I got whiplash at one of their concerts.
Oh,
I had
yeah,
I had long hair back then, and I'm just.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it.
I
But
had
yeah,
to bring
I
that up.
can listen to that shit. I can listen to Creed. Creed's like, I don't know, they're corny
Creed's-
and cheesy, but they're fun.
Dude,
to sing
Creed
along.
fucking rocks. I don't care.
Yeah,
I'll say
I
it.
can,
Like,
yeah, I can sing along to them.
Now I haven't really dived into like their newer stuff, but like I seen they were just on tour, or maybe they're still on tour. I don't
Their
know.
Full
but-
Circle album is pretty underrated.
yeah, but I would give my
Overcome's
left
a great
testicle to go
song.
see Creed live for sure. I would.
Oh, yeah.
I would die to see that rock show.
I'd love to go on that cruise that they were doing or whatever the fuck.
Oh yeah, they were doing a cruise.
Yeah, that would have been cool to see.
Creed Cruise?
Blue's got a good
Yeah.
question. Favorite Creed song? Damn.
It's
If not, what if? It's probably To Whom It May Concern.
what,
good
what's
one.
the one that plays
Also
when
on
Cotton's
the,
coming into his apartment?
Scorpion King soundtrack. Which one?
When Cotton's coming into his apartment, what's that? That was what if.
What if?
What if? Yeah.
Yeah. See that one, I probably got to go with.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
probably.
That one goes the hardest, I think.
Dude,
They have so
Yeah.
many deep cuts though. Like
They do.
what's the My Own Prison is a good one.
Dude, I love my
Oh,
own
and
prison.
the song from fucking H2O. What's This Life For?
What's this life for?
for me, the Creed songs I like are the ones that were in those run of horror movies.
Hell yeah.
I'm
And
18 was
you know-
in The Faculty.
From the faculty? Yep.
They did
The
a
ones
cover
that-
of Alice Cooper's I'm 18. Go ahead, Dan. Sorry.
Mhm.
So, the ones that are Wham memes, basically, too, you know, where Mike basically just goes on a tangent, muttering Creed lyrics. Those are the ones where I kind of be like, oh,
like the hits?
yeah. It's like
Hell
half,
yeah.
the first half of Creed's greatest hits, probably, you know?
Can you take me high? That's a
Dude,
great song too.
That was in so many fucking teasers
Yeah, it
and
was.
trailers back in the early 2000s.
Mhm.
One I remember like vividly is Titan AE. Remember that animated movie with Matt Damon?
Oh
and
yeah,
Drew Barrymore?
damn. I forgot about that.
They played that
Yeah.
song in like all the TV spots, all the trailers, and it was like, oh my god, fucking, I don't know. I just love that shit.
This is a whole other can
Creed
of
and
worms here.
Nicki.
Nickelback, it's way too much hate. Where do you guys stand on Nickelback?
I agree with Blue.
Yeah, I mean they're corny as fuck, but I mean they're catchy and they're easily to headbang and sing along to.
Like,
I
Yeah.
mean, they got a couple decent songs, but I'm just not a big fan.
That's
No.
where I am. Like, there's a
But
couple songs in there that I like jam and
Some of their
rock
deeper
out
cuts
to,
are pretty
but-
heavy though, and they're pretty good.
But I think the band sounds good until Chad Kruger or Kroger, however you say his last name, until he starts singing. Because a lot of his vocals just don't fit what the rest of the band is doing. For a
Yeah.
lot of them. There are like a couple songs where it does work well, but it's very few and far between.
I do like How You Remind Me, and that song that was in Spider-Man. I know that's not Nickelback, but it's Chad Kruger.
What about, look at this photograph?
That one's too corny.
that one can fuck right off.
Yeah, that one's too fucking corny.
Look at this damn giraffe.
As I've gotten older, man, fucking, I've come to appreciate Nickelback a little more. I used to be in that camp where it was like just relentlessly making.
Yeah,
Their
I don't
earlier
think they.
shit,
I don't
their-
think they
their
ever
later
deserve like
stuff-
the amount of hate they got.
Yeah, the later stuff when they started doing like pop ish shit, like no.
Then I was checking
Yeah.
out by that point.
Although, what's it called? One of their newest ones, their lead single off. They're like Return to Heavy. It was like heavy, and everyone was surprised that they did a heavy song. What was that one?
I got no clue.
Uh,
I'm out of the Nickelback game, man.
help me, chat. Which one was that one? Nickelback's big like comeback single a couple years ago. It was like political.
Huh.
I got no idea.
I'm playing it in my head right now, but I'm blanking on the lyrics. I'm blanking on the fucking name of the song.
Wait, what?
Superman 2025 got a copyright. Does that mean it will not come? What are you talking about?
There's probably like a copyright dispute going on.
It's hilarious.
Really?
Ooh.
I didn't hear this. I don't know nothing about that.
I
Like,
just see the memes anymore.
as far as I know, man, there's only 4 Superman movies.
Okay, which 4 before we start
Well,
fighting?
The Superman gave up his walking rights so that I could walk. I'll just
Was
say
it
that.
Edge of a Revolution, Chad? Is that the one you're thinking of?
Fuck no.
No.
Feed the machine. Feed the
Feed
machine.
the machine. Okay.
That's a good song.
Okay.
That's probably the best song.
Come on, let's hear them. I want to hear your 4 Superman movies.
Superman, Superman 2, Quest for Peace, and whatever the fuck the 4th one.
Quest for Peace.
Is that the 4th one or is that the 3rd one?
That is the 4th one.
That is the 4th
Wait,
one. You
what?
piece of shit.
Well, Superman 3 is just Superman 3 then, huh?
Superman 3 is the evil robot lady.
Well,
Richard
anyway,
Pryor.
those 4 are the only.
Richard Pryor. Yeah.
Those 4 are the only Superman movies, as far as I know.
Okay, hold on. Do you have nostalgia with 3 and 4? Is that a
Not
powerful
really.
factor here?
Not
Well, then what
really.
the fuck? I'm
Christopher
trying to
Reeve,
help you
man.
out here.
It's just Christopher Reeve.
Okay,
That's
you know
all
what?
it is.
I got a better idea.
Like,
Yeah,
Hey,
I feel it's appropriate.
Yeah. I mean,
Man of Steel. This one's very like divisive. You have people who absolutely adore it and love it, and then you got people who absolutely fucking hate it. So, Man of Steel, where do you guys stand on that one?
I like it.
Yeah.
It's got its issues, but I do like it quite a bit. I mean, I wouldn't like probably my number 3 because I'm still biased towards the Richard Donner movies at least. But 3 and 4, like Nuclear Man, the most pathetic villain ever. You like that movie? Oh my god!
Yeah, we got to talk, man. Man of Steel, I love Man of Steel, but you guys also got to understand, I'm not the biggest like Superman fan in general. Like, I love Smallville growing up; it's a great fucking show. I liked the original Christopher Reeves movies, at least the first 2. Dan. So like I like Superman, but I'm not like a giant Superman fan. So I like and appreciate that Man of Steel was so different. I was like, okay, this is a Superman I can get behind. Like, this one is gravitated more towards me. However, I don't like what they did with them in like Batman vs Superman and Justice League and all that shit that came afterwards. But Man of Steel as a standalone thing, I think it's fucking great. And you got Michael Shannon in there as General Zod, who fucking killed it. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Now, you just showed a very expensive commercial, and well, hey, a lot of people's favorite horror movie of last year was an expensive commercial. For hang on, let's just see if we can get a check for this one. Anybody know which movie I'm talking about?
Fucking Smile too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Ross gave the best performance in that movie next to Naomi Scott.
Naomi Scott was fucking great in Smile too, and then those Smile movies are just like okay for me. Like, I don't love them as much as everybody else seems to, but I like it. I definitely like the second one more than the first one.
Oh yeah, I really.
And that's because of Naomi Scott and how well she did in that fucking movie.
yeah, I was surprised actually with Smile 2.
Yeah.
They both kind of followed the What the Strangers did, where the first one's kind of this really dark, gritty, older style feeling, and the second one comes along and it's just a lot more bombastic and fun, you know? If that makes any sense.
That does make sense actually. I've admitted that Smile 2 did have a scene that actually gave me a nightmare. So credit where it's due.
Wow.
Well,
Clayton.
it involved beds, so
Oh, okay. I know the one you're talking about.
yeah.
Clayton says Mac and Me was the Salvation Army equivalent of E.T. I love that comment.
Well, yeah.
Wow. Wow.
It's not wrong.
Oh,
That could be a
damn.
soundbite for future shows.
It could. Very well could.
Oh, also, finally, fucking Toxic Avengers getting released this year.
Yeah, like August, I think is what it's coming. Like August 29th or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, fucking finally. That's been
It's been
sitting
a
on the
couple
shelf for
years
God
on
knows
that.
how
Yeah.
long. Yeah.
Unreleasable, they said.
Well, it's releasable
Look
now.
Yeah, with fucking Terrifier out there.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, you just had fucking like Terrifier 3, and you can't release fucking Toxie. Come on.
Yeah, like that's bullshit.
Oh, shit, if you could release Human Centipede 2, you could release anything.
Fucking crap.
Or
Well, I don't think they got a
Sharknado
theatrical
2.
run here, so. Or you just mean releasing in general?
In general. Just in
Okay,
general.
yeah, I was gonna say that's some nasty shit. Although
That's some
for
nasty
those
shit.
who like that nasty shit, it's coming to Shudder, I think, this month. But ugh,
Good for you.
Oh,
There you
I'll
go.
pass. I will pass.
I did see something of Hostel 1 and 2's coming to 4K finally, which I'm very excited about those releases because I'm an Eli Roth fan in general. I love those first two Hostel movies, and to get them upgraded, maybe with some new features as well, very excited about those releases. How do you guys feel on Hostel? They're doing a TV series with Paul Giamatti too, which I'm intrigued with, but I don't know. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say excited, but I'm interested. You have my
Yeah.
attention.
Yeah. Dude, see, I hate the way they do that sometimes because they give us a half-baked, half-promising sounding idea, but they inject just enough star power to make you feel like, I want this, when you may not really want it.
Yeah,
That's what I'm getting off that.
I've never seen the Hostel movies, so I don't really have much of a say.
I'm not the.
They're not
biggest
for
fan of
everybody.
them. Yeah,
They're
I'm
not
not
for
the biggest fan, but I mean, I'm interested with Paul Giamatti, so
And that's the only reason I give a shit about a Hostel TV series.
Yeah,
to be
otherwise
honest
I
with
wouldn't
you.
care.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, that's why I was like, you have my attention.
So
even
the
with
way
the
I
4K
described
releases,
that,
I don't really care.
so the way I described that pretty much sums up everybody's feeling on that. Then.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine Paul Giamatti is going to be like the top dog of like this whole organization or whatever. He's going to be like the main character of the show, but what that entails exactly, I don't know.
Yeah, because I can't see him playing an innocent tourist.
Oh no, God no! Like,
But
come on.
he would make the most delicious fucking malicious villain.
Yep.
I can see that.
He comes busting in. I am the Rhino.
That
I
was
don't
awful.
know
God,
about
you were
that.
thinking it too.
That was awful. Oh.
I was thinking more along the lines of how he played in Hangover 2, 3.
Oh yeah, he wasn't Hangover 2 for a minute at the very end there. He's
Yeah,
that
see-
fucking FBI agent or
Yeah,
whatever.
see, I could
Yeah.
see him taking that kind of approach.
Yeah. Can you tell Rennie Harlan to give us an official release date for? I will get right on that. I will message Rennie Harlan directly.
Hey, does anybody really care at this point?
I mean,
No,
I
don't.
apparently Antanas does, and that's cool,
I
right?
forgot
But
about
no, I don't care.
I tried watching Chapter 1 and I couldn't fucking get with it.
it. Felt like the same thing.
There were a couple good shots in it, but
There
you
was
know,
some really cool, like eerie shots, and I was like, okay, I can appreciate
mirror,
that. But
that mirror shot was awesome.
yeah,
But-
there was a couple cool shots, but otherwise, no.
But you know what bothered me? Why doesn't Dollface have the fucking hair? Hello, that's like her most divine feature.
If it was its own thing, man, it probably could have been alright. If they separated it from strangers.
And they're like, hey, we're going to start all over and then take us in another direction. No, just have like another Strangers movie. We don't need to know anything about them or where they come from or anything
Yeah,
like
how
that.
do they keep getting away with rehashing the same fucking script?
I don't know. I
Like,
don't know.
What the fuck?
And speaking of, I actually know somebody who worked on the original Strangers, Kevin Greuter of Saw fame. You know, everybody in this document. He edited the first Strangers movie, and he said that went through so many different versions just while cutting it together. So, like, I again, how many times can you tell the same story?
I don't know. But I'm starting to question the reasonings behind this. Like, why? Why did we get
Yeah.
this? Why was it necessary if you're just going to do the same shit?
Oh, it's by far from the worst movie I've ever watched. But again, as we're talking about, like, what was the point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Forever Purge. I would love to see one final film. I'm not caught up on the Purge movies. I haven't watched like the last two, the first Purge and Forever Purge. I haven't watched either of those.
They're okay. They're just forgettable. I mean, I've watched them, but I don't remember shit from them. So
Anarchy was kind of fun. The first one had its moments, but like after that, I don't really care.
Yeah,
that's not my franchise.
Not a fan of the first one. The two with Frank Grillo I like, but
because Frank Grillo's a fucking badass. That's why.
Yeah.
Never seen any of them.
Yeah, I mean, you're not missing much. It's pretty much the same shit.
Yeah.
But those are the better ones.
Thoughts on Tarantino saying 2019 was the last year for... Did you guys see this?
Something like that.
I saw something about Tarantino.
Yeah, Tarantino was like, I don't know if he was on a podcast or just being interviewed or whatever, but yeah, he was like, 2019 was the last year for like movies, cinema, you know, and his little Quentin rant he was going on. I didn't look at the full fucking article or anything like that, but I was like, okay, I mean, if that's how he feels, that's how he feels.
Everybody says stupid shit every once in a while.
I mean, I'll admit, I kind.
What am I gonna do? Tell Quentin Tarantino he's wrong? Like, if that's how he feels.
Get it, I kind of get it though, because I look at the whole like, well,
it has changed.
Look at where we went the next year, where we weren't even allowed to go to the movie theater, and even when things got lifted, and I've seen a complete decrease in like moviegoers. Anymore.
You're right. Yeah.
So I mean, on that level, I kind of understand, but to say
streaming is gonna kill the movie theater. The movie theater
eventually,
but it's coming. We know
as a guy who owns a theater, I feel he's a pretty legit, reputable source on that. Because doesn't he own a theater out in LA?
Tarantino?
A couple, I think.
Yeah, I think
I'm pretty sure at least one, but yeah, a couple. I think.
Like, he plays the movies the old-fashioned way with the straight-up film and everything.
Yeah.
So I'd say he's got a pretty good pulse, finger on that pulse there.
I would say so. That's what I said. What am I going to do? Tell him he's wrong? Like,
I mean, at least it's not like... And I don't really agree with it. You guys know I'm not too big into the superhero movies and shit. But
the Marvel's not cinema thing?
I still... Like, I love Marty, but I feel he was out of line with that one.
I wouldn't go as far to say out of line, but yeah, the Marvel movies are fucking movies. They're experience. Going to the movies and having a cinematic experience, that's cinema, no matter what the experience is, whether it's a horror movie, a comic book movie.
Yeah.
That's just how I look at it.
Because I'll stand by this.
Good or bad movie.
Infinity War and Endgame was like the closest.
That was cinema.
To like what they had back in the 70s with Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen things like big things on the screen, but we didn't see something that fucking epic,
like events.
Holy fuck,
those were events.
You walked out of Infinity War like, holy fuck, what the hell just happened,
dude? Dead fucking silent. We all just kind of looked at each other like, what the fuck?
And then you come out of Endgame like, fuck, that was amazing. Like,
that was great, but we lost Tony and Black Widow and all this shit. Yeah,
but fuck, that was
that was a bittersweet ending there.
Holy fuck!
Oh, dude, yeah, that
that's what everyone was talking about. But like, those were our Star Wars. If you think about it,
in a way, and it sure as hell wasn't the sequel trilogy. I'm just saying.
No, that should have been better.
And the thing is, like, I really like and will still stand by Force Awakens. Like, I do. Like, I'll still stand by Force Awakens. I have a good time with that movie.
I think the prequels trilogy stands up pretty well now.
I do too, with the exception of Attack of the Clones. That's the only one where I'm just like, ooh, that one's still rough. That one's still rough.
All in all, it's still a hell of a time, though. It's still fun.
It's fun, yeah.
I'm a defender of the I don't like sand line, for gosh sakes. Because I get what he means. Like, he spent his early childhood on a desert planet covered in sand. I
got it.
I mean, it wasn't a good, like, transition to, like, the first kiss. That was awkward. But that whole I don't like sand.
You know what else I didn't like is not just the men, but the women and the children. I don't care. I still love you. What? Like, you were completely off your fucking rails, lady.
I can't knock Attack of the Clones too hard. I admit, Hayden's performance and his chemistry with Natalie and that one were not really right. They kind of got their shit figured out come Revenge of the Sith.
Yep, I agree.
But you know, like every time I watch it, I still remember all the hype around that movie.
There was a
coming out,
lot of
and
hype.
dude.
Dude, the hype around Jango Fett's character alone was like, oh my god, Boba Fett's dad's coming in?
Dude.
Like,
yeah, see,
yeah, he was all over the marketing
Just
and
the
everything.
fact that we were getting another fucking Star Wars movie, dude, it was everywhere. I'm talking everywhere.
Yeah.
In the fucking grocery stores and the toy stores, everywhere you went, there was something Star Wars.
Convenience stores, like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the fucking
I mean,
Doritos bag and shit.
Dude,
Now,
my dad, who's not a fucking sci-fi horror fan at all, will not watch any of that shit. He was like, we gotta go see Star Wars. It's like, all right, let's go. I was 10, but you know what I mean. But it's like, that's how big it was. It was a fucking huge deal. I mean, it was on the news every night.
Yeah.
Talking about guys fucking camping out to fucking see this movie.
There was a fucking movie dedicated
it was truly one of those things where like you had to be there or else you wouldn't. Yeah.
You weren't cool.
Pretty much. Like,
some of that sounds like Phantom Menace hype there, and that admittedly I was 4 when that one came out.
That was all 3 of them though. All 3 of them kind of got that.
Phantom Menace, that was
the big one.
That was the big comeback one.
Yeah.
That was I do remember Attack of the Clones, dude. The fucking hype on that. Like I was 7 when that one came out, so you figure I was like the prime fucking target for every last bit of marketing.
Yeah,
dude.
Well, it was still hype for you because, like you said, you were 7. But for the rest of us, after Phantom, we were just kind of like, okay. I liked Phantom. I had fun with Phantom, but at the same time, I was like, where is this going? So.
Well, I think we always kind of knew like where it was going. It's just a matter of how do we get there.
Yeah. See, that's the opposite problem with the sequel trilogy. They didn't know where to go and they didn't know how to get there.
No shit.
Where and why are we going?
I don't get how some of these guys get millions of dollars for coming up with half-baked fucking schemes or scripts. And they're just like, we'll wing the rest of this. Like, okay, cool.
They think it can float on name recognition alone.
Yeah, because like look at this shit. So here's the first teaser for Phantom Menace. I mean, this was all we got back then, and dude, we were fucking hyped. This was like the first bit of footage we ever saw from it. Remember?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that music starts kicking in. Yeah.
Very sleek and clean ship in the desert.
Oh shit, dude, that still gives me chills. And look at this pod racing scene is still fucking incredible.
Yeah.
To this day.
Oh, Jar Jar.
Waddle! Annie, little Eddie! I
That
fucking
scene
love
would- I
You
can't
refer to the
deny that
prophecy
scene
of the
with Jar
one who
Jar
will
was
bring
the
balance
shit.
to the Force. You believe it's this boy?
Same goddamn
can see
Jackson.
things before they happen.
He can help you.
The
You gotta
Force is
love him.
unusually strong.
He's talking to George
He's meant
Lucas.
to.
He's like, so what color lightsabers are there? And he's like, good guys get
Are you sure about
green and
this?
blue, and bad
Yeah.
guys get red. This is how it is. He's like, no purple.
Anakin Skywalker.
He's like, oh, you can get a purple one.
Do you remember his reasoning of why he wanted a purple one?
The bullet is dangerous.
It's the most Sam Jackson thing you're gonna think of.
Wasn't it? Didn't he say it's like his favorite color or something?
He was like, he wanted to be, he's in this scene with all these Jedi and they all got their lightsabers out. He's like, I wanted to be able to spot me. Like, that was his whole reasoning. Like, that's why I want a purple one. I want to be able to spot me in that crowd.
That's great.
But yeah, good shit.
Yeah.
Fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate.
That's what Yoda originally looked like for Phantom Menace, folks.
Yeah.
Dude, that shot when he fucking pulls out the second. Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Great part.
Roger, Roger. Fuck those droids. Like, we were hyped as shit for that.
Yeah, that was huge. What a
And they
time.
didn't. And the great thing is, they didn't tell us anything about the fucking story. Really.
No.
We saw a couple action sequences. We got a little bit of exposition, but just kind of where we are in the Star Wars world. But
And we got the image on like Entertainment Tonight of
Yep.
Jake Lloyd and the Darth Vader, shadow behind him. That was a big promotional fucking image. So that's what we
isn't
knew.
it on one of the
Like,
box sets
okay.
too? Like, isn't that like the front cover on one of like the Blu-ray box
Yeah,
sets? Or
I think
something?
so. I think so.
It's
But that was
iconic.
like one of the only things we had to go on. We're like, okay, so it's a young Anakin Skywalker then. That's
It's a
cool.
young Darth Vader. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Vader someday later. Now he's just a small fry.
Hey.
I love that song.
I fucking love Weird Al. Shout out Weird Al.
Fuck yeah.
All right, guys. I got nothing else left in the tank.
All I've got left is an observation. It's beautiful how last time we started Scream, somehow ended it on Star Wars, and here we are 2 weeks later.
Did we?
Well, shit happens.
That's the magic, folks.
And I guess
That's
that's the
sorry,
magic of the
buddy.
channel.
Remember Halloween Ends?
Hey, watch it.
How about no?
Hey, I
Watch
like
it.
Halloween.
All right, we're gonna get out of here
I
now
like Halloween.
before some fights start breaking out.
I don't
what
like
the
Halloween
fuck?
Ends as a Halloween
I don't wanna
movie, but
cry
I like
on the
Halloween
street.
Ends.
I don't want to start bawling, man.
All right, let's get through this. What do you guys have coming up on your channels or any other projects that you guys are working on? Danner, you first.
We're continuing with Frightful February, and this dumbass known as me forgot what movie we were doing next.
Wow.
It's something. I think it was something with Vincent Price. I don't remember which one. I'm trying
Last
to
Man
find.
on Earth.
No,
Some Haunted Hill.
Oh yes, it was the original House on Haunted Hill. Thank you. That's what we're
There you
doing
go.
next Thursday as part of Special Agent Car Sauce's Frightful February. We'll be doing a watch party for the original House on Haunted Hill with Vincent Price. So,
Chad, what you up to, man? Chilling, killing.
I got a little something coming that I'm going to be working on here pretty soon. So for those who are interested, go follow Rough Chud Pictures on Instagram, and we'll have some updates soon. As far as like stuff on here, thank you. Think something maybe with Brett Bruin. I think that's it. So yeah.
are you presenting at the Real Horror Awards?
Oh yeah, I'm presenting at the Real Horror Awards too. So there you
Okay,
go.
well,
Thank you.
okay, so
Thank
I
you,
am too. So,
Thank you, bud.
And what about Dan? Dan, are you presenting at the Real Horror Awards?
I thought I was supposed to, but I never got the because I got the invitation for it last year, but never heard anything since.
Maybe your spot was filled, man. I'm not on it this year either. I was on it
That's-
last year and the year before. I
Like,
just couldn't. I couldn't have time to do it this year. But
I forgot about it actually until I started seeing him promoting it. I'm like, oh yeah, and then I was looking at the categories,
it
and
is that time of year.
but with my channel being like in a weird fucking pause point.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
yeah.
Whatever.
Like,
That's
like
kind of
I-
where I am too. It's like, yeah, I got so much shit coming up, but we're not there yet. You know what I mean?
Like,
Yeah.
I barely have the motivation to do my own shit sometimes, let alone jumping on somebody else's.
Oh, I got a lot going on
Well,
like behind the scenes. It's just you guys won't see a lot of that stuff for a while. That's my only thing. But yeah, the usual. Still working on Who Killed Who. It's nearly there. Finishing up Scream 2. I got some work left to do on Scream 3, and then it's about ready to go. So we're getting there. And then yeah, we got like podcasts and reviews and like all kinds of stuff coming up like later in the year, but we'll worry about all that when we get there. But that's it for me.
all
right.
All right. Well, guys, with that down, There it is. Okay, I had to make sure I had the clip ready to go. With that down, we're gonna let these two fine gentlemen take us out.
Be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes!